Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you would never ask, Heidi. It is Monday. It is the 28th day of August. International Read Comics in Public Day, which would be kind of fun to do that.
Wow, that's a very specific day.
It is. Somebody probably came up with that after, painstaking time and effort, so just be nice. The rest of the list here. National Thoughtful Day, National Red Wine Day. Ooh, there's one Heidi will celebrate.
Oh, yeah.
National Power Rangers Day, National Bow Tie Day, National Bridge Remembrance Day, and National Cherry Turnover Day. All of these things happening on Monday, the 28th day of August. And I've got a guest because it is a Movie Star Monday. Welcoming back to the program, David Henrie. He has been on several things like Wizards of Waverly Place, but he was also in some movies.
He's adorable.
One of my favorite movies, Walt Before Mickey. He's in that movie. He's Ub in that movie.
Yep.
No, is he Ub?
No, he was.
He was a different character. I'm trying to think what his character was. Anyway, but he was in another one called Little Boy. Great character in that. And he's got a new project called Underdeveloped, and it's him and a whole bunch of other fun folks doing that. I'm excited to chat with him all about it.
It's more important now than ever before to have a better credit card. We would love to help at bettercreditcards.com. We offer a variety of credit card options to fit your needs. Whether you want a card to give you cash back or points and perks, or a credit card to help you build your credit, we can help you find a good fit for you at bettercreditcards.com.
Give yourself a little credit. Go ahead and switch to bettercreditcards.com.
That's bettercreditcards.com.
Now, surveys and studies and such brought to you by bettercreditcards.com. Remember when you'd see somebody watching TV with the subtitles turned on, you're like, okay, this guy must not be able to hear very well. Well, it's not the case anymore. Thanks to the fact that TikTok has helped normalize captions for young media consumers. A UK survey found that 80% of people age 18 to 25 now use subtitles all the time or part of the time when watching TV. A poll of TV viewers in the U.S. found that 70% of Gen Z respondents rely on captions most of the time, compared to only 35% of the older generation. So the older generation, 59 to 77, 35%. The young kids, 70% of the time.
Our son has ever since he was a tiny kid. He said it helps with his reading comprehension.
Well, and I do it because I struggle to hear, because you're always telling me to turn the TV down. So I'm like,
you can't hear, and it's so loud.
No idea what they're saying if I don't put these subtitles on.
Yeah.
Surveys and studies and such. Brought to you by bettercreditcards.com.
Did you know you can allocate a percentage of your IRA to physical gold and silver with a tax-free rollover? You can put your IRA back on the gold standard. Genesis Gold IRA is the only IRA that can hold physical precious metals. Call now for your free gold and silver report and learn how to qualify for up to $10,000 in free silver. GenesisGoldIRA.com would like to help you protect your IRA today with a simple phone call. Learn more and get the phone number at GenesisGoldIRA.com. That's GenesisGoldIRA.com.
Did you know? Brought to you by GenesisGoldIRA.com. Heidi, did you know if your child plays football and you're worried about concussions, don't let him play quarterback. Researchers at Orlando Health, Orlando Regional Medical Center, and Penn State University came up with a system to rate which positions have the highest risk of brain injury. And they used all kinds of biomarkers to determine the chance of sustaining a concussion to be higher for players in speed positions like quarterbacks, wide receivers, and defensive backs, running backs, other players who build up momentum prior to tackling or being tackled, compared to non-speed positions like offensive line, defensive line, people who engage other players before significant momentum can be generated. The safest place might quite possibly just be in the stands. I'm not sure. So, I again, when you read this report, it kind of sounds like there's a lot of positions that are maybe not safe, but if you'd like to know more, I've got a link. It's in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
John and Heidi.
Now, big screen, little screen, brought to you by InsuranceChicken.com. Drew Barrymore faced a scary situation last week. The daytime TV personality hosted a Q&A with a singer, and during the event, a man rushed the stage.
Oh.
Can you imagine that? So they came running in and he goes, "You know who I am? I need to see you at some point while you're in New York." I'm like,
jeez.
What's going on here? So I don't know who it was. I don't have any more in the story, but Apparently, whoever it was, they were supposed to know who it was. Sylvester Stallone is set to deliver. It wasn't him, by the way. Sylvester Stallone is set to deliver a keynote speech in Toronto at the film festival that's coming up in September. And the Mirror Ball is back. First posters and promos have been unveiled for season 32 of Dancing with the Stars.
Oh.
Yeah. Alfonso
I did not even know
back.
they were
Julianne Hough is back. Yeah, they're excited. It's all back. And so Juliana Hugh is taking over for Tyra Banks.
I think it's Huff.
Is it Huff? I don't know.
Yes.
She doesn't return my calls. She doesn't answer. She doesn't
She
respond.
never calls. She never writes.
Now we know why, because I'm saying her name wrong. All right. Big screen, little screen, brought to you by InsuranceChicken.com.
Do you cringe when you get your mobile phone bill? Mint Mobile can help. Just $15 a month for premium wireless. Give your family a Mintervention. Mint Mobile makes it easy to switch. Get a new phone or bring your current phone to Mint Mobile. At Mintervention.com, you can see the current special offers from Mint Mobile, offering premium wireless for just $15 a month. That is far less than most people are paying. Just $15 a month. Learn more now at Mintervention.com. That's Mintervention.com.
Now your scoop of the day comes your way, courtesy of BetterCreditCards.com. If I say LOL, you know what that means, right?
Yes, I do.
And there's actually kind of a funny story of somebody who didn't know what that meant. They thought it meant lots of love.
I've seen that online.
And then there was a story where they were talking about, grandma died, LOL. And they're like, why would you say that? Anyway, the reason I bring up the LOL is because Gen Z is no longer using LOL.
Oh, so now we're uncool.
Yeah, so if you say LOL, which I don't really do, the LOL, I'll just put haha or a smiley face because that's way easier. Instead of using the slang heavy, I guess the next generation is more slang heavy because what they use is IJBOL. You know what that means?
I just
burst out laughing.
Burst out laughing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Admittedly, IJBOL is not quite as catchy as LOL, but LMAFOROFL, LOL, all of that stuff.
It's out.
Yes.
That is out.
IJBOL is pronounced Ishbol. So if somebody says it, instead of saying lol, they'll say Ishbol. I don't get any of this. So
no.
And let's move on to the next story. Maybe this makes sense to me. Honest Paws is offering up a job that pays $100 an hour for dogs. The pet wellness company is looking for canines to be an ambassador for their peanut butter. The job description includes strutting about local parks, canine events, and pet stores, showing off your love for the yummy Honest Paws peanut butter.
And how do you do that?
The star of the live treat tasting shows. They're looking for a barktastic social skill dog. Our dog's out.
Yeah, she is.
And one with a tail that won't stop wagging.
Well, her tail doesn't stop wagging.
So if you'd like to know more, you have until September the 1st to get all of your deets in for your pup. And I've got a link in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com. If you're looking for a new opportunity, South Dakota is calling. There's over 27,000 open jobs at this very moment. Whether you like the city life or if you're more of a fan of the rural lifestyle, South Dakota has plenty to offer. From the Black Hills and the Badlands on the west side of the state to the rolling prairies in the middle with many small towns and the city of Sioux Falls on the eastern edge, there's no state income tax in South Dakota and many job opportunities. Learn more about what's waiting for you in South Dakota at movetosd.com. That's movetosd.com. Thank you for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Movie Star Monday. Excited to visit right now once again with David Henrie. We've had him on the program in the past. You might know him from some TV shows like How I Met Your Mother and Wizards of Waverly Place, but he's also been in a bunch of films. A couple of my favorites are Little Boy and Walt Before Mickey, and he's got a new project he's doing right now. It's actually coming out next month, September 8th, Fox Entertainment's Tubi. It's called Underdeveloped. Welcome back, sir.
Yeah, thank you again for having me. Good to be back on the show. Look, right now we're in a crazy time in the business. It's the Screen Actors Guild strike. It's the Writers Guild strike, something that has a double strike. It hasn't happened in 50, 60 years. So the fact that we're getting to put out original content right now is a treat and a privilege in itself. We got the Screen Actors Guild waiver, so I'm allowed to promote the show. Like I said, nothing's coming out right now. So the fact that we're getting to put this out is awesome. And that it's a comedy. I think comedy represents something so important to the world. It's something that can unite. Uniting around the laughter is such a beautiful thing that humans can do. So for those reasons, I think it's a great moment right now to get to put this show out. And look, it's a mockumentary. It's basically The Office meets Entourage. It takes place in Hollywood. About a group of guys trying to produce a movie, and they're the least qualified folks to do it. So it gets all sorts of silly comedic situations, and it takes place on a Hollywood backdrop. I play an agent in the show. So I'm 34 now. I've been doing this since I was 9 years old. So I got 25 years of dealing with folks in this business to pull on. So I basically got to parody producers, managers, agents, and play this agent who is trying to protect his client in the show. So I get in lots of streaming matches with Tom Arnold, who plays a producer in the show, who's trying to cast my client, and I go head to head with some of the other folks in the show, like Thomas Ian Nicholas and Brian Metcalf. It was fun, man. It was fun. But when you grow up in the business, you get to know kind of everyone. It's a really small town. So I got a call from Thomas Ian Nicholas and Brian Metcalf, who asked me to come play this character. And I was like, of course I'll come have fun with you guys. And I think you sense that spirit in the show, that this is a small group of folks in the industry who are having fun, who got calls from their friends and went and did favors and had fun together. And you sense that raw spirit and energy in the show. And I think you get some good comedy out of it. So yeah, it was fun for many different reasons.
This project looks like a whole lot of fun. And what an amazing cast. I'm looking on here. You got Tom Arnold. You've got Thomas Ian Nicholas, who you mentioned. And I know the two of you guys have worked together in the past because both of you are in a movie that is one of my favorite movies. And it was not a huge, big blockbuster, but Walt Before Mickey. I absolutely love that film.
Oh, thank you, man. Yes, that's right. We did that film, I want to say 8 or 9 years ago, something like that. And it was a great experience. I was a big fan of the Rookie of the Year growing up, so to get to work with Thomas was super cool.
And David, I think you do a really good job of picking some fun projects because, again, a lot of people know you for How I Met Your Mother, which was a huge hit. A lot of people know you from Wizards of Waverly Place, huge hit. And then the film that I just talked about, Walt Before Mickey. But another film that you did that I think was just an amazing film, and I love your character in the film Little Boy.
I really appreciate that. Little Boy in particular is a film that I'm really proud of because I got to play a role that's different. I think especially if you're a fan of mine, it's something that you hadn't seen before. It was purely dramatic. I played kind of a bad guy. So that was a joy to get to expand my acting horizons on that set and meet all sorts of talented actors from Emily Watson, Tom Wilkinson, Michael Rappaport. It had an incredible cast. It was just such a joy to be a part of that cast.
Speaking of amazing cast, we've got this project that we're talking about, Underdeveloped. What an amazing lineup. You've got Tom Arnold. You've got Thomas Ian Nicholas. Again, David Henrie, who we're talking to right now. I'm excited to see this. It's coming out September 8th on Fox Entertainment's free streaming Tubi.
I'm so free to check it out, man. Thank you, and looking forward to your thoughts on it.
David, thank you so much for taking the time to chat with us about it. I appreciate it a bunch, man.
You too, man. Bye.
Again, our guest today has been David Henrie on this Movie Star Monday. Again, his new project, it's not a movie, it's actually a show. It's coming out September 8th. Fox Entertainment's free streaming service Tubi is where you can find this. I'll throw a link to the trailer. It looks like a whole lot of fun. The project is called Underdeveloped. And like I said, I've got a link to the trailer and all the information in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
It's more important now than ever before to have a better credit card. We would love to help at bettercreditcards.com. We offer a variety of credit card options to fit your needs. Whether you want a card to give you cash back or points and perks, or a credit card to help you build your credit, we can help you find a good fit for you at bettercreditcards.com.
Give yourself a little credit. Go ahead and switch to bettercreditcards.com.
That's bettercreditcards.com.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Wearing headphones for 1 hour can increase the bacteria in your ear by 700%.
Ah.
So
I never wear headphones.
I know. In this studio, that's one of the things. I'll have guests come in the studio, and they're always like, you don't wear headphones? I'm like, if you want headphones, I can give you some, but we don't. Can you hear me talking right now? You don't need them.
Yeah, we're in the same room.
Yeah, I have to wear headphones when I'm talking to somebody on the phone, but I don't have to when they're in here. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Only 1 out of every 3 people has 20/20 vision. So a lot of people always think they have that. No, they don't. 1 and 3. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
The flashes of colored light you see when you rub your eyes, it's called phosphenes.
Oh.
Phosphenes. I probably said all of it wrong. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Disney World is roughly the same size as San Francisco. Well, that's pretty cool. 43 square miles.
Wow.
There you go. Several fun facts. Now you know. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
Did you know you can allocate a percentage of your IRA to physical gold and silver with a tax-free rollover? You can put your IRA back on the gold standard. Genesis Gold IRA is the only IRA that can hold physical precious metals. Call now for your free gold and silver report and learn how to qualify for up to $10,000 in free silver. GenesisGoldIRA.com would like to help you protect your IRA today with a simple phone call. Learn more and get the phone number at GenesisGoldIRA.com. That's GenesisGoldIRA.com.
Time now for the Mint Mobile question of the day. Comes your way, courtesy of Mintervention.com. Question, Heidi. Men spend about 42 minutes more on this task every week than women do. What is it? Men spend about 42 minutes a week.
Using the toilet.
No, eating. So that other one might be accurate as well.
I completely disagree with that.
Men spend 42 minutes. I eat really fast.
You eat super
Here's
fast.
The thing, because I was raised in a big family and you had to eat fast if you wanted to eat. And then I took a job in high school where I had like a 15-minute break. And it took me like 12 minutes to cook stuff. So that's why I eat fast. All right. I feel as though I'm done defending
and
my
now
honor.
You know.
Yeah. Mint Mobile question of the day comes your way, courtesy of Mintervention.com.
Do you cringe when you get your mobile phone bill? Mint Mobile can help. Just $15 a month for premium wireless. Give your family a Mintervention. Mint Mobile makes it easy to switch. Get a new phone or bring your current phone to Mint Mobile. At Mintervention.com, you can see the current special offers from Mint Mobile, offering premium wireless for just $15 a month. That is far less than most people are paying. Just $15 a month. Learn more now at Mintervention.com. That's Mintervention.com.
Now, some weird news brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. Just recently, we celebrated National Waffle Day. That was
Yes, we did.
last week, I believe. Eggo Waffles have introduced a new waffle. Well, it's not really a waffle. It's a new brunch-flavored liqueur. The waffle maker partnered with Sugarland Distilling on a new boozy concoction called Eggo Brunch in a Jar Appalachian Sippin' Cream. That's a lot going on there. The taste is inspired by the classic brunch flavors of toasted Eggo waffles, sweet maple syrup, and rich butter, with a hint of smoky bacon. The drink contains 20% alcohol, so you won't be serving it to your kids for breakfast. But the company says it pairs quite nicely with Eggo waffles. So, you know, if you got a drinking problem and you're looking for ideas for brunch.
Exactly.
Is that necessary, do you think?
I don't think that's really necessary. No.
I don't either. That's why it landed here. It's today's Weird News, brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com.
John and Heidi.
Time now for the list, brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com. Future State Fair Foods, Part 1. Some wise guy used AI to create the most unhinged state fair foods imaginable. And some of these actually don't sound bad, but some of them sound disgusting. Like root beer float raviolis. That does not sound good.
No.
Would you try that?
No.
How about corn husker candy corn? So this would be homemade candy corn infused with sweet corn flavor and dusted with sea salt.
Ew.
I'm telling you, some of this is really weird. Spicy unicorn horns, rainbow-colored twisted breadsticks sprinkled with spicy unicorn seasoning and served with a magical coloring changey slushy. Okay. How about biscuits and gravy ice cream sandwich?
Ew. Yuck.
That I don't really need to explain it anymore other than, that's yuck. How about the churroctopus? It's an octopus-shaped churro where each tentacle has a different flavor. I would actually probably try that one. I don't know. I'm just saying. Pecan pie poppers. Miniature pecan pies, deep fried and drizzled with bourbon caramel.
Okay, that I would probably try.
So I will have more of these to share tomorrow. You can read them in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com. If you're looking for a new opportunity, South Dakota is calling. There's over 27,000 open jobs at this very moment. Whether you like the city life or if you're more of a fan of the rural lifestyle, South Dakota has plenty to offer. From the Black Hills and the Badlands on the west side of the state to the rolling prairies in the middle with many small towns and the city of Sioux Falls on the eastern edge, there's no state income tax in South Dakota and many job opportunities. Learn more about what's waiting for you in South Dakota at movetosd.com. That's movetosd.com. Time now for the quote of the day. It comes your way courtesy of insurancechicken.com. Our quote today is from a smart fellow by the name of Albert Einstein. He said, "Men marry women with the hope they will never change. Women marry men with the hope they will change. Invariably, they are both disappointed." Oh. Did you marry me hoping I would change?
No.
Good, because I didn't really change. I married you hoping you'd stay the same forever, and I've been very fortunate because you're just as amazing today as you were when I met you 23 years ago. Am I getting sappy over here?
You are. And I never know how to respond to that.
I know you don't. I like making you feel uncomfortable. Quote of the day comes your way courtesy of insurancechicken.com.
John and Heidi.
This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
We always like to wrap things up around here with good news, and I think this is good news. It comes your way courtesy of GenesisGoldIRA.com. Here's a headline. Louisiana girl embarks on a nationwide journey spreading love one hug at a time with police officers.
Aww.
Yeah. A young girl from Louisiana embarked on a cross-country journey with a heartwarming mission to spread love and support and understanding by hugging police officers in every city, in every town, all across the United States. Rosalind Baldwin is 13. She so far has traveled to 44 states giving out thousands of hugs to police officers. It feels amazing, she says, the founder of A Hug for Love. Baldwin hopes to ignite a new understanding and a love for police officers who have committed their lives to serving and protecting the people and the communities in which they serve.
I love that.
Her mission began after a shooting incident in her hometown. She said, it put a lot on my heart. And since then, Baldwin has traveled thousands of miles, visiting police departments in big cities and small towns and everything in between. Every stop, she's been met with open arms, figuratively and literally.
Aww.
She's engaged in many heart-to-heart conversations with officers as well. Great Falls Police Department Chief Jeff Newton shared his thoughts on Baldwin's mission. "I saw smiles, and it was not only the Great Falls Police. You had Jesse Slaughter with the county sheriff's office, the Montana Highway Patrol, probation and parole officer, the mayor, and many others. I saw a bunch of smiles."
That's great.
This is a really neat thing. She's got a nonprofit. I've got a link to that as well if you'd like to learn more about that and if you'd like to keep up with her travels. It's rosalindloves.com, but I've got a link to all of it in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com. Time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. Have a great day. Thank you so much for listening to the John and Heidi Show.